Eli's hooked up.
Looks like it's bad. Here.
We got it here clanking, Coco. Several different ways.
Definitely let it have it when it wants.
I've got it set light.
We're just gonna kind of walk around and see what kind of memories we can bring back. Been forever since I've done this. When I was younger, I would see all the insects and the fish, things in the water, and I was intrigued. I've literally spent hundreds of hours right here where I'm standing right now when I was a younger kid. Actually wasn't until my adult years and I learned what some of these fish actually are. Seen some fish now. When I was little, they were all menace to me, but now I know that the fish I'm looking at right now are stone roll. Hundreds of species in these little tiny creeks. And sometimes you walk right by them unaware, not even knowing at all what is there. You can walk through it, and then here in a little while I'll start flipping some rocks, show you a few more species that are in here. Kind of interesting right here. This is actually new from when I was a kid. This bank is undercut now. There's a undercut that goes back in there. First time using the GoPro and the stick underwater, so I'll have to figure out my angles. Not sure what all that's going to be like right now. To be honest, I actually haven't seen a lot, y'all. Like I'm seeing some long ears up ahead of me right now. I don't know if they'll stay put or go on. I seen some more stone rollers. The stick needs to be about 10 foot longer. You don't know I'm picking up anything under the rock. Oh, I just seen a darter. Damselflies there. Just FYI, a lot of people call them dragonflies, but you can always tell the difference between a damselfly and a dragonfly by the way they land. If they land with their wings folded, like this green damselfly here, if you can see them or not. Beautiful, beautiful creatures. If they land with their wings folded upright like that, it's a damselfly. They land and their wings are spread out like an airplane. It's a dragonfly. Just a little bit of useless trivia there that most people don't know. Whirly gigs on top of the water everywhere. I'm seeing another big group of stone rollers. Hopefully I can get close enough to them. They're bad skittish. Don't know that they're going to let me get close enough to put them on video or not. I've got some ideas though to get some footage here in a little bit. We'll attempt that in a little while. Didn't watch the long ear, but I'm assuming there's probably some long ear under here. Seeing all kinds of life now up ahead of me. The water's gotten deeper. It's a little bit cooler. There's a horseshoe. I raised my boys coming down here to this spot. Actually, there's like 2 miles of stream that took them on growing up their whole lives. A few other people have actually done the same thing. I got a buddy who raised his kids on the creek. And I now see him on a side-by-side or four-wheeler bringing his grandkids down here, and I see his kids down here all the time. So he raised them right. Kind of makes you proud to live in the place we live. Keeping the camera on the water instead, y'all know what I look like. Ain't much needing showing me the entire time when I can be showing the water. Interesting right here, these privet roots. This tree right here, privet, Forestera acuminata. It's extremely prevalent, but the roots are grown out real big out into the water, and I guarantee you there's some critters living under there. Didn't see them with my naked eye, but they're there, I promise you. They're most definitely there. Finding out one thing, having 2 cameras in hand is kind of limiting it a little bit. So I'm learning as I go. Checking out these other ledges here. There should be some crayfish over there. I'm gonna call them crawdads though. Saying crayfish just, I don't know. It ain't me. Want to go to a crayfish bowl? See, it just don't work right. Let's see what's under this rock. The water settle again a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to reconsider that. It makes it a little bit tougher. My gosh, the memories. There was an old man lived in the house over here where David lives now. When I was a kid, he was a commercial fisherman. And back then, this hole here wasn't silted in as bad. You see some bedrock here, but it was deeper. I guess it was dammed up towards the road a little bit more or something. Anyway, it seemed deeper anyway. I'll just put it that way. It may not have been, come to think about it. But a young kid, it really seemed deeper. And he had a big fish box in the creek. There's one a frog. He had a big fish box in the creek here. He would check his net and then clean what he could. And if he ran out of time, he would bring the extra fish that he had down here and throw in the box. And I just was absolute enamored to come down here and look in that fish box and see the giant fish. What I thought were giant fish. He'd have some 20-pound buffalo in there, and to a young boy, I remember them things being, oh, they were just enormous. I mean, they seemed like they were, 100 pounds or more. The old train trestle right here used to be a mile from the bridge to the trestle. Now it's just right here. Water's gonna be murky behind me, so I'm pretty much gonna be a one-directional shot. There I see some redfin shiners. That's not to be mistaken with redfin darters that we've already talked about. Not sure what those were. They got around me too quick and I couldn't identify them. Spider. Don't pretend like I didn't see him. Don't care much for spiders. There's a new one. It's a pretty decent sized green sunfish, and he gone. It's amazing. You look back when you're a kid compared, there's some more redfin shiners. You can tell on that one there. The big male. If I can get close enough to him. They're blue and their fins are red. Tracy Turley, if you're watching this, I wish I had a quarter for every time me and you had been down through here. One of my funniest stories with Tracy when we were kids. Had a horse. Tracy was at the house and we were going to go fishing. Well, there's a bass, believe it or not. No, it's a giant green sunfish. I'll continue my story. See if I can get a gander at this. I don't know if I'm getting good footage of those redfin shiners or not. Mosquitoes are starting to bite me too. I'm going to stand off with this green sunfish. Yep, cool. Big old top minnow. No, that's a northern studfish. Another top minnow, but they're really, really huge. These bluefins are some that I was really hoping to get to show you guys. Maybe if I walk over here and kind of directionate them some. Directionate, is that a word? Bunch of stone rollers, big, mature stone rollers up there on the rocks. You see them there? Mosquitoes is eating me alive. Up there with the big greenie, he got around me. Oh, there's another one. One by my feet. That them greenies are just gonna hole up and get by me one at a time here. I'll get to this side. Let them have the path of least resistance over there. Hold on, I got another. I'm starting to see fish poke their heads out over there now. Redfin shiners are coming back. My grandma and grandpa used to own a feed store when I was a kid, and I had a good grandpa. Just a kid, sometimes we'd show up down there with mom or dad one to work, and he would take the string off an old paper feed sack or an old burlap feed sack in there and fashion a hook out of some of the wire off some of the burlap bags, or maybe a safety pin, or just any kind of wire he could find. Go out back and cut a piece of privet off a big bush in the back of the store. And it's kind of gross, but at the feed store there's always messes out back, feed on the ground and everything. The flies would get in it and they'd lay their eggs, they'd pupate, and the larvae would come out just maggots. Well, these great big blowfly maggots are huge, like an inch long, quarter-inch wide. Anyway, they'd get to a certain stage, they'd just sit there under these bags, and he'd get a cup and put all those big maggots in the cup and send us on our way to the nearest creek there, closest to town. Just right down the road from where Steve and Raquel live now. And we'd go see what we could catch with our homemade get-ups. Hooks never would last long, but we could catch several fish before before they finally failed us. A lot of stone rollers in this little pool here. A lot of water beetles, whirligigs. Haven't seen any striders. That's kind of weird. There'll be tiny fish in there. I'm not sure what those are. Dropped my sardine can. I'll pick that up on the way back out. Another source pool here. This will have some more fish in it, some more big fish. I ain't joking. Back there a while ago, there was a green sunfish. You get some mongo slab fillets off of it, I guarantee you. Oh yeah, I'm seeing all kinds of long ear in there. Tons of long ear. More stone rollers. Creek chubs. You can see I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not, but the fish, they look like got an oversized head. It kind of look like a trout almost. Those are creek chubs. Not to be mistaken with a creek chub sucker. When you mix ichthyology and the English language together, it is one of the most horrid combinations you could possibly think of. That's why all the binomials are in Latin, just so everyone around the entire world can recognize a species regardless of what the flora or fauna is. It's exactly the same in China as it is here, whatever the Latin name is, exactly the same. So it takes all the common names out of place. Like the green sunfish back there. That fish has probably got more common names than any fish that exist. Some more striped shiners. People call them warmouth. Well, there's actually a warmouth. People call them goggle eye. Well, there's actually a goggle eye. Rice licks, greenies, green sunfish, perch. They're actually not in the perch family at all. So it's a good system. It just takes the common name completely out. I know y'all probably aren't seeing all these fish that I'm seeing, but they're just tons and tons of fish in this hole here. I've probably seen, I'm guessing 300 fish maybe, total guess, but as close as I can estimate with what I'm seeing. And probably a whole lot more than that. I'm not seeing the darters and a lot of the bottom dwelling fish, the hole seekers. All right. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Pick up my trash here. I cannot stand littering. I despise it. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I'm gonna go back and check the camera down here, and I'll probably end the video up with whatever footage I have on that camera. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you would like, and please hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. Just a little bit of time. It's setting up if you don't have an account, but it's not that big a deal. There's no obligations or anything like that. But it does help me. I've got a goal. Well, it's actually a mandate set by YouTube. You have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of viewing time before you become monetized. And the reason I want to become monetized is I'm not looking to get rich or anything. Drop my can again, I'll get it. Not looking to get rich, but I am wanting to use any money that I happen to make off YouTube to help fund foster kids camp. Well, several actually that me and my family attend every year. Oh my gosh, I hope you guys can see this. Anyway, RFK, Real Family Kids, and Teen Ridge Adventure Camp Track are two two organizations that are dear to our heart, and they're 100% nonprofit. We do everything we do on donations, fundraisers. So that's my goal. I want to use part of these funds to kind of mitigate the expenses we have there. It's may seem like a long shot and a strong goal to a lot, but I know I'll make it. I ain't no doubt in my mind. I'll get there. I know my heart, and I know my heart's in the right place with this. I'm not being selfish with it. We do some odd and crazy things from time to time. It's probably out of the norm for most people. A lot of people do a lot of things we do, but there's very few people that do the amount of different kinds of things that me and my family are involved with. So if you would, hit that subscribe button, give us a like, give us a comment if you have any ideas on future videos, or you see something that needs improvement. I can handle criticism. Just make sure it's good criticism. I know I'm ugly. You don't have to tell me that. But if it's anything that'll help the channel, please help me with it. All right. So this is Tommy, and this has been another adventure taking me way back, y'all, with Outside Our Lane. Y'all have a good one.